Well, cause when that fire start coming on with, well, I don't know how much more we gon' take. Well, Israel it must do awaken someday. Well, Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to the Jehovih Chronicles. I'm your host, Cosmon Cal, and here on the Jehovih Chronicles, we bring you real issues, real topics, real knowledge with real solutions. But we bring it with a Nawaspi twist and tie it into today. I think this is important because out of a time of slumber for our people, and when I say my people, I mean God's people. And then you have to look into the different nations and how they play a role into bringing about a new form of spirituality and a higher form of spirituality. Now, as I said, we come with an Owaspy twist. We try to clear the misconceptions up that have been brought through with religion and the domination of certain peoples across the world. Practical guidebook to your spiritual life. Owaspy says here, you have a corporeal body and a spiritual body. Hear me and I will open your understanding. I come to free not only the corporeal man, but the spiritual man also. Yet, with your freedom, you also attain to responsibility so that sooner or later, your fidelity to your Creator and to your fellow man in righteousness, love, and good works shall become the most sacred study of your life. This is a religion. This is a thing done. This is not a thing that's talked about or preached on. You can't act it. There is a thing that must be done. And that is good works and abnegation of self at all times. But also it continues. Your God does not come in this era as a dictator, but as an elder brother with ample experience. Nor do I command, saying, you shall believe because I, your God, have said it or revealed it in this book. Nevertheless, through Owaspy, the light of Jehovah, the Creator, is revealed to man, and man is to judge himself. Much different than what the Bible teaches you to not judge, period, or lest you be judged. Owaspy teaches that a man is to judge himself and labor to save himself, so that by this he may have honor and glory. For the will of the Creator is not for man to be forever led by a God or a Savior or a prophet or a Messiah, but for man to ultimately have the light of practicing good works organically from infancy up. I think this is a lot of what's missing in today, the higher spirituality of a thing. And I also believe to those who great knowledge is given to, you see what I'm saying? And they give it away freely. I think also great knowledge is given back to them from the Creator freely. Proof of that is we go to the Old Waspy Standard Edition in the Book of Safar. Chapter 18, 6 and 13. 6 and 13 through 18. It says, now touching on the laws of resurrection, remember, this is the same in all the created worlds, which is that the spirit of man grows by giving away whatever the spirit has to give. If you have great learning and you give of it, then more learning shall be added to you. You see? If you have goodness of heart and gentle words, then by giving this away, more shall be added to you. If you have craft and inventions or mechanics, and you bestow of these talents to others, then more will be added to you. As a corporeal man accumulates corporeal things by not giving them away, not so accumulates the spirit of man, which means man's spirit grows by constantly giving away. How a man grows corporally on earth is by constantly keeping everything and never giving it away. That is the absolute difference between corpor and spirit. They are the yin and the yang of each other. They are the exact opposites. One grows by hoarding, corporeal. One grows by aggregation, which means giving away constantly. For he who locks up the light of the Father that is in him cannot obtain more light. He who locks up goodness of heart cannot obtain strength of spirit. And without strength of spirit, no man can attain to the third resurrection. But so that men may learn to obtain strength of spirit, the second resurrection has been established in atmosphere belonging to all the inhabitable corporeal worlds. The chief delight of man shall be therefore to find some way to impart his spiritual talents and strengths, and to do the greatest possible number and to the greatest possible number of people. Do not think that preaching to the ignorant is sufficient, because it is not. For some are so created that you cannot inspire them without rites and ceremonies and music. I think this is the part where I play in. I think I'm coming back to bring them old rites and laws and ceremonies. I'd like to first give a shout out to my ancestors, the Dr. Dr. Cress Welsings of the world, the Sheikh Anta Diops, the Dr. Benz, the Delbert Blairs of the world. I would like to give this Big Seven completion to you, because without you, we wouldn't know where we'd be. You know what I mean? To all these great black minds and scientists that have helped to progress and bring back the information that was lost or forgotten. I think I am of that path. Also, I like to get down into the book of inspiration, of discipline and inspiration. Jehovah made everything on earth perfect in its order, except man. Man is the only thing which is not perfect in its order and can be impressed upon by external pressures of its environment. Man is the only animal or beast on earth that is allowed to learn from its environment. For instance, from day one, you never have to tell a rabbit it doesn't like a fox. I mean, day one, it is never seen a fox, ever. But soon as a rabbit sees a fox, it knows to run. Who taught it that? Nobody. Because it's perfected. It's perfect in its order. But as a reverse, a child can come out and will stick his finger right in a rattlesnake's mouth because it has not learned spiritually, and it has no knowledge in and of itself, like the knowledge or instinct an animal has. There's just two different things. Jehovah says, you are made of inspiration, says Jehovah. I made you a corporeal body, and I wrote upon it. You are the result. And I made you susceptible to all things external to yourself, so all things external to yourself could write upon you. The sum of these things is your knowledge. As it is with you, so it is with all men, and with all the living that I created. Nor is there any knowledge in the world but what I gave. These are the words of Jehovah. These are the words of your creator. And when you judging this stuff, when it's coming down to you, you must use what is called discernment. You know, a lot of our people are waking up right now. They're astral traveling. They're having talks with spirits. You know what I mean? I would tell you to first lose the fear. And if that spirit is who he said he is, question it and make it prove it. But during this show, we will be going through many topics. One, we'll be going through the basis of the Bible, of the Ezran Bible, which most people use today, and it's called the King James Version. We'll be going down through the basis and the roots of that, dissecting that. We'll go into the topics of Noah, aka Noah also was not a man. We're going to go. I know this sounds weird to y'all, but we're going to go into these revelations. These are higher spiritual revelations. Noah is not a man. Noah is a time. So if Noah is not a man, that means Ham, Shem, Japhet were not men. But what if I also told you there are two quote unquote sons or groups of ships called sons, because these are the people who repopulated these certain areas. There's two more besides Shem, Ham, and Japhet. There's also Gautama and Yista. All of these equate to the 5 great major regions of the earth. Japhet is ancient China and Russia. Shem is ancient India and Persia. And initially Helestia, where all three were the Ham is the Middle East all the way up to Turkey and all of Africa. That's Ham. Europa is Europe. Also, Gautama is America. These are, Ham is the name of the continent where the people landed and repopulated the population. It is not a man. It is an area, a continent. Same with Shem. Same with Japhet. Same with Gautama. These are things that need to be broke down. We need to go into the black man's genus. You are descended from what is called an Ahuin. You come from the brown borrowers of the earth. And the earliest people called the little people, the Ayin. These are just some of the mysteries we'll decode right here on the Jehovih Chronicles. We'll go into police brutality. We'll go into religion. We'll go into the building of America and all the ancient science and religions. We'll go into giant men who will go into the difference of a Raphaim and a Nephilim. FYI, all Nephilim were Raphaim. We'll break that down. We'll go into Anu, Osiris, Baal, Ashtaroth, Dagon. We'll go into Christ, Buddha, Brahma, Allah, who is aka Gabriel, who is aka Thoth. We'll get into all this. We'll break this down. And I hope my people can gain something from this. From losing the illusion and being able to separate what was spiritual and what was corporeal. Who was running what and who was being ran. The thing is, we are coming to the end of the time of that delusion. So, it's time to get up out of here. I'm Cosmon Cal. This is the Jehovih Chronicles. Love y'all. Peace, God's people. Shalom.